Thomas and Friends Retold. Episode 6. Thomas Goes Fishing. When Thomas puffed along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle, he always looked forward to something special. The sight of the river at Elsbridge. As he rumbled over a bridge nearby, Thomas would see people fishing. He often wanted to stay and watch, but his driver said, "No, what would Sir Topham Hatt say if we were late?" Every time Thomas met another engine, he would say, "I want to fish." But all four had the same answer each time. "Engines don't go fishing. That's preposterous." "Silly stick in the muds," thought Thomas. One day, he stopped as usual to take in water at Elsbridge Station, but the water tower had a sign that read, "Out of order." "Bother," said Thomas. "I'm thirsty." "Never mind," said his driver. "We'll get some water from the river." They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge. Thomas was exhausted. His face was as red as tomatoes. Then the driver lowered the bucket down to the water. The bucket was old and had 5 holes, so they had to fill it, pull it up, and empty it into Thomas's tank as fast as they could several times over. They took a little bit, but they finished at last. That's good, puffed Thomas. "Thank you so much." He puffed away while Annie and Clarabelle ran happily behind. Here we go, they said. Shortly after Thomas was on his way again, he suddenly felt a pain in his boiler. "I don't feel so good." And steam began to hiss from his safety valve in an alarming way. "There's too much steam," said the driver. "Oh dear," groaned Thomas. I'm going to burst! They damped down his fire and struggled on. I've got such a pain, he hissed. "No need to worry, Thomas. It'll be over soon," said Annie. "Indeed, Annie, indeed." "I hope," said Clarabelle. Shortly after, they stopped just outside Farquhar Station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabelle, and ran Thomas, who was still hissing and about to burst, on a siding right out of the way. He felt worse than when he was thirsty. Then, while the conductor telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found a pair of signs, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. They each read, "Danger, keep away." Soon the inspector and Sir Topham had arrived. "Cheer up, Thomas," they said. "We'll soon put you right." The driver told them what had happened. "So the feed pipe is blocked," said the inspector. "I'll just look in the tanks." He climbed up on Thomas's tank and peered in. Then he came down and said to Sir Topham Hatt, "Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see." "Certainly, Inspector," he replied. Sir Topham Hatt clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. "Inspector," he whispered, "can you see fish?" Thomas was shocked. "Goodness gracious me! How did the fish get there, driver?" asked the inspector. "We must have fished them from the river with our bucket," replied the driver. "Well, Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt, "so you and your driver have been fishing, but fish don't suit you. We must get them out." So the driver, fireman, conductor, and inspector all took turns fishing in Thomas's tank while Sir Topham Hatt looked on and told them how to do it. When they had caught all the fish, they had a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips. That was good," said Sir Topham Hatt. "But like I said, fish don't suit you, Thomas, so you mustn't do it again." "No, sir, I won't," said Thomas sadly, despite feeling better. He now understood that engines don't go fishing, because it's too uncomfortable and preposterous.